Remove yourself from being the masses. You must join the league of the wealth creators. Nobody on this earth cannot build wealth. You have gifts and you have so many other things you can actually pull together to become stickingly rich if really you want to do it. If you believe the hard time has come to knock you down, you are right and there's nothing we can do about it. But if you believe the hard time has come, you're going to survive it, then congratulations to you. This video is for you. Do you know that even when times are good, some people are actually going through recessions in their own life? People are wasting money thinking that what they are doing is it's just a normal lifestyle. You don't need to waste your money on women unnecessarily. Waste your money buying clothing, unnecessary wears, unnecessary just to look good, except if that clothing might likely generate you income. The little money you are earning that you are thinking is not enough is supposed to take you to places, but you are eating everything, all the seeds. You expect to get a tree that will grow up someday to produce fruit for you. Good day to you. Now these are hard times that everybody must learn to survive. Life has been so difficult, the economy is hard, and there's so many complaints here and there. Of course, life must continue. You can't possibly give up, right? You just wouldn't want to do that. But then you must survive. Surviving has become something like it's close to an impossible thing for a lot of us. So today we're going to be revealing some things you might consider doing, or some of the habits you must inculcate as a way forward as an individual or company if really you want to survive the hard time. Of course, what I've learned is hard times are not actually something new, just that it's happening to you probably now, and then it's looking like something that is entirely new. But if you notice the trend of history, from time to time, especially between 5, 7 or 10 years, there's always a recession kind of that will come. And what most people don't realize is that the money we have, the resources we have before the recession or before the hard time or economy is not usually taken away. And most of this kind of recession or hard economic time is as a result of the greed of the people. Maybe the people in government, or maybe the business owners, whosoever it is. I just know that there are people behind recessions, and once these people begin to act, trying to gain massive wealth to themselves, just little percentage of people, then the masses begin to suffer. What I usually advise people is, as much as possible, if you can, and of course you should, remove yourself from being the masses. You must join the league of the wealth creators, the wealth builders. Nobody on this earth cannot build wealth. You have gifts and you have so many other things you can actually pull together to become stickingly rich if really you want to do it. And people like us are telling you that, look, we can guide you and you can do it if really you are ready to do it. In the words of Henry Ford, he said, if you believe you can or you cannot, in both cases you are right. So if you believe the hard time has come to knock you down, you are right and there's nothing we can do about it. But if you believe the hard time has come but has nothing to do with you and you're going to survive it, then congratulations to you. This video is for you, and I want to encourage you to take your time to watch through and be able to get some of these insights, because I believe that life is not just like that. I took my time to make some research, study hard about what I'm about to present to you today, and it will interest you to take your time at least within the next 15 to 20 minutes and listen to me. My name is A.A. Kabir, in case you are joining me for the first time, and today is the 56th of our live video session on Facebook. Now, recession generally or hard time, it depends on where you are standing. Do you know that even when times are good, some people are actually going through recessions in their own life? That's another bad aspect of it. Of course, everybody is feeling the heat at the moment, but the truth is, even when things were working well for Nigeria and Nigerians, a lot of people were actually going through recessions, and most times some of these people don't even actually understand the difference between there is a recession now or there is hard time now or not. That's what they have experienced all through their lives. If you are still living in that kind of life, there's every possibility that this video can still help you if really you listen. And if you're an average person, of course, you used to be okay before now, but things are getting worse. Your salary, or perhaps your business is crumbling. Your salary is no longer enough, right? Your business is no longer doing well. A lot of businesses are closing down. But like I told you earlier, if you believe your business will thrive, this is actually the best time to make sales. And if you believe your business is going to go down because you feel there's nothing else you can do, well, like I told you, there's nothing else we can do as well. Let me tell you something that will shock you. Do you know that in this hard economy, it's actually the biggest opportunity where people are making things happen beyond your recognition, beyond imagination? Yes, and there are people like you. You just need to know what they know. And some of the secrets they know is what I want to reveal to you today without wasting much of your time. Number one is that you must rise above waste. Rise above waste. I mean, like wasting of resources, wasting of money, buying things that you don't need to impress people that don't care. You know, recently, I think some days back, I saw somebody posted on Facebook saying that these days, a lady said these days they no longer get guys that could just take their number and call them and no normal meeting and all of this. Like, it's as if they no longer exist, but they exist. Now, I think such people have taken the advice of rising above waste. There's a way a lot of people are wasting money thinking that what they are doing is it's just a normal lifestyle. You don't need to waste your money on women unnecessarily. You don't need to waste your money on men. You don't need to waste your money buying clothing, unnecessary wears, unnecessary just to look good for the good sake, except if that clothing might likely generate you income. Otherwise, you might want to manage what you have at the moment. You must live below your means. Some days back, I made a video where I was advising people that people that live below their means are the wise people, and these are people that turn out to be successful. For a lot of people, we say that what we are earning is not enough, so we can't afford to live below our means. So that's point one. You must, no matter how little the amount you are earning, you must discipline yourself to live below what you are earning if really you want to go through this hard time and survive it. There's every possibility that you live through it and you never survive it because you never get better. So some of us are telling you that, look, these are some of the ways to do it. You must cut down your expenses. There is a lot of things, just look critically, you can do without, that you use your money to buy. So think about budgeting, think about savings, and make sure you stick to your budget. We've talked about budget some days back. Now the next thing to do is number two. If you must survive this hard time, then you must pursue financial intelligence. You must learn how money works. You must understand that stuff. See, what I noticed with a lot of people, and the me in the last 5 years and the me now, I realized that the reason why I was not actually making myself grow from one point to the other is because I don't understand how money works. Especially while I was a teacher in the classroom. I think as far back as 2019, 2018, I was taking up to 50,000 naira in the classroom. Okay? But little did I know that from that 50,000, I can generate my life. What I mean is that I can become financially stable from that money. Maybe from just 5 or 10% of that amount, if I can afford to do away with it on a monthly basis, maybe over a period of time like a year or so. But I was never thinking in that direction. I was even thinking it's not possible. If only I knew what I know now, I think I would have been far. My journey would have been far. So perhaps you right now listening to me, you don't know what I'm saying right now. The little money you are earning that you are thinking is not enough is supposed to take you to places, but you are eating everything, all the seeds. How do you expect to get a tree that will grow up someday to produce fruit for you when you have eaten up everything? And by the way, maybe you keep thinking that things will get better, right? A better time will come. By the way, when I was about resigning from my lecturing job, a colleague lecturer who is an experienced person who has taught over 5 to 10 years, I think more than that, was advising me to hold on, that when Peter Obi become a president, things will turn out to be good. Unfortunately, Peter Obi never had the opportunity to become the president, and here we are with our current president. Congratulations to us. But by the way, you must find a way to push yourself through the hard time. For what they believe is that they are making things work. If it's not working for you through the government, what I always tell people is that it can work for you by yourself. The best person to help yourself is you. If you don't know how to help yourself, there's nobody else that is as powerful as you. Do you know what you are capable of doing for yourself? I don't think there's anybody on this earth that can actually do that for you. I don't know if I'm communicating. Now, you must learn that financial intelligence. You must learn to read books. Some of you say, I don't know how to read, I cannot read. Yes, now that the poverty is hitting you hard, I think, which one should you prefer? Is it the hard time or just learning how to read? By the way, you already know how to read. It's just discipline yourself, find time to understand how money works. And it might take you time. Please, don't think that you will read just within a week and not understand some certain things. Some people have been following my session, but I think up to this moment, they still do not understand some of the things I'm saying. But it's normal. It took me, I think, about 7 to 8 months to start understanding what Robert Kiyosaki was saying to me when he's talking about entrepreneurship, business, money, and all of that. Financial statements, the cash flow quadrant and all of that. I had to read his book continuously, I think about 2 or 3 times. The Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I had to listen to him again and again and again for me to now begin to come to terms with what he was saying. I say it took me time. So when you are really ready to develop yourself, and you are ready to build wealth, don't think that things will just fall into place just within the shortest possible time. No. If I hear people want to make money quick and want to make money fast, I usually tell them, look, I don't know how to do it. For I have understood the game. You need to do it little by little, consistent, and then do it continuously until you win. By the way, some of this video you see me doing, today is day 56 that I've been coming live here. I'm up to something. What about you? So let's go to the next point. Point 3 is develop multiple streams of income. Right? I know that it's hard, especially for those who are actually into looking for jobs. One is not even available. So I'm now telling you to develop multiple sources of income, multiple streams of income. Yes, it's possible. See, do you know that you have talent? There are some skills you have. It took me time to realize that I can be an author. I can be a financial coach. It took me time to come to terms and realize that there are things I can do, and I have the capacity, and I have all it takes. But I was just not doing it because I never come to terms with myself that I want to do this. So what I tell people is that decide today. There are things within you, there are talents, there are gifts. Everybody has one. You just need to use your brain and think. There's a lot you can do, a lot that God has hidden in you. You keep praying to God every day without using some of the things God has already bestowed in you. Do you understand? Sorry, the electricity people are taking the lights here, but thank God I have a provision in case this happens. This is Nigeria, my country, and we also always try to have alternatives when it comes to certain things. So let's continue. Now, the 4th point, if I'm not mistaken, after developing multiple streams of income, maybe I didn't discuss that much, but there's so many things you can do. Even selling. You are working for some other persons, but then you might learn to be selling one or two things that brings income to you. Do you understand? As little as it is. Recently, some of you that have been following my handles or my WhatsApp status, you saw how I post my child selling some kind of things. I'm teaching him how to sell. And guess, amazingly, he has made, I think, a profit of between 3,000 to 4,000 Nigerian naira as we speak, just by selling one container of a particular kind of lollipop. That's a child. I watch over him selling, not so stressful. We go out together, go to the field, and he do all of these things practically. So that's a child. But what about you that you're an adult? What are you actually up to? You think you can't really sell to make more money to yourself even when you are working somewhere? You are just not thinking right. Maybe you need to reconsider. So you must find a way to make sure that more money comes your way. Connect yourself to the sources. What I usually tell people is that the sources of income, even when you are praying that God should give you money, the money is already available. The people to give you, they are already available. You only need to connect yourself to those sources to be able to get this money to yourself. You just need to learn the how and get going. Go get the money. Do you understand? So now you must learn to leverage on multiple sources of income, like I've said. Also, the next thing to do, which is the fifth point we have here, is to leverage and maximize opportunities. Do you know how I look at opportunities? I always think that for every difficulty, just like the hard time we are going through, there are massive opportunities within this kind of hard time. Because when people go through hardship, it means they are lacking something. It means they are into challenges. Do you understand? People like me now, I'm out here trying to teach people how to manage the hard time. I'm trying to provide value, meaning that I'm leveraging on the opportunity or the fact that people are going through hard time to now teach them how to liberate themselves from the hardship. And it's very important for you to think about how to liberate yourself from the hard time. If you are not thinking in the direction of some of the things I'm explaining to you, then there's every possibility that you are going through more hard times. More hard times await you if really you are not thinking in some of this direction. Do you understand? So you must learn to maximize opportunities, because opportunities comes in challenges. Do you understand? They say one man food is another man poison. So once another man is suffering, it's an opportunity for you to now maybe look at what is making him to suffer, and what are the things that is lacking that is making him to suffer. Then provide those things. And there's always a way to provide it, except you don't know how to follow it. Do you understand? Now, the next point is, which is number 7, is explore recession-proof zones. Explore recession-proof zones, meaning that no matter the amount of recession, there are things that must still thrive. There are things that must still sell. Take for example, when we talk about people must eat each time they wake up. Without eating, they can't survive. So now you might think about connecting yourself to food sources where food gets delivered to people. And like I said, you don't need to necessarily be the one to produce the food. You just need to connect yourself in between, where food items has to pass through you before going to the next person. And that's how I look at wealth creation. You just need to connect yourself to a particular source where once the money is coming, it has to come through you, and some parts has to be left with you depending on your level of